Al Jazeera reports that tensions between Eritrea and Ethiopia are rising, driven by Ethiopia's renewed call for access to the sea. In this special report, we explore the historical roots, the geopolitical stakes, and the possible futures of this fragile relationship. Part 1. The historical background. 2. Min. Narrator. In 1993, after a decades-long war of independence, Eritrea separated from Ethiopia. The split was celebrated by Eritreans, but left Ethiopia landlocked. This loss of coastline changed Ethiopia's destiny, forcing it to rely on neighboring Djibouti for over 90% of its imports and exports. Over the years, Eritrea and Ethiopia fought a devastating border war from 1998 to 2000, leaving tens of thousands dead. Although the Algiers Agreement ended open conflict, mistrust has defined relations ever since. Part 2. The Red Sea question returns. To Mainin. Narrator. In 2024, Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed reignited the debate by declaring that Ethiopia's survival depends on regaining access to the Red Sea. His remarks focused on ports such as Assab and Massawa in Eritrea. Al Jazeera reported that Eritrea strongly rejected this idea, calling it a threat to national sovereignty. President Isaias Afwerki's government insisted that Eritrea's independence and borders are non-negotiable. For many Eritreans, the sea is not just geography. It is identity and sacrifice paid in blood. Part 3. Regional and international response. To Eminolich, narrator. Across the region, leaders reacted quickly. Sudan and Djibouti expressed concern that Ethiopia's statements could destabilize the Horn of Africa. Somalia, struggling with its own conflicts, urged dialogue. The African Union called for calm, while international actors like the United States, the European Union, and the Gulf states warned that another war in the region would be disastrous. Al Jazeera highlighted that shipping routes through the Red Sea are among the busiest in the world, making this dispute not just regional, but global. Part 4. Domestic Perspectives. To Eminem. Narrator. Inside Ethiopia, public opinion is divided. Some citizens support the Prime Minister, arguing that Ethiopia cannot remain landlocked forever. Others fear his rhetoric could lead to another devastating war. In Eritrea, the government maintains a tight grip on society, but diaspora communities abroad have spoken out. Many Eritreans say that while they understand Ethiopia's needs, sovereignty cannot be compromised. For them, the scars of the past are too fresh. Part 5. Al Jazeera's analysis. Tatoeming. Narrator. Al Jazeera analysts warn that the Horn of Africa is already fragile, from conflicts in Sudan to instability in Somalia and economic crises across the region. Adding a territorial dispute between Ethiopia and Eritrea could ignite another large-scale conflict. However, experts also point to opportunities. Ethiopia could expand cooperation with Eritrea through long-term port leases, joint infrastructure projects, and economic integration. The key, they say, is negotiation rather than confrontation. Narrator. The Red Sea question remains unresolved. For Ethiopia, it is about survival and ambition. For Eritrea, it is about sovereignty and history. And for the Horn of Africa, it is about peace or war. Al Jazeera will continue to follow this story as it unfolds in one of the world's most strategic and fragile regions. For Eritrea, the challenge is preserving sovereignty. For Ethiopia, the challenge is balancing ambition with peace. And for the wider region, the stakes are higher than ever, whether the Horn of Africa becomes a hub of cooperation or once again a battlefield. This is Al Jazeera's report on Eritrea and Ethiopia, a story still unfolding.